Everybody, I'm Rachel Ray, and behind me is a skyline that needs no introduction, New York City. With over 7 million residents from all over the globe living in its 5 boroughs, New York is a giant kaleidoscope of nationalities. And when I'm here, I want to taste it all. The food, the entertainment, the diversity of one of the greatest cities on earth. But I got a challenge.
Money, money, money.
I've got 24 hours and $40 to see if I can take a bite out of the Big Apple. Can I do it? Stick around and see.
Money, money, money.
From Lady Liberty's torch to the lights of Broadway, from the roar of the traffic to the rush of the pedestrians, New York is a city that's always on and always on the go. As many times as I've lived, worked, and visited here, this place always amazes and energizes me. Every time I come back, I find new reasons to fall in love with New York all over again.
Hi, gang!
One of the best things about Manhattan is that it's designed for walking. You can go from one neighborhood to an entirely different one just by crossing the street. And there's something to see every step of the way, from Gothic masterpieces to sleek glass towers. Each neighborhood has its own unique feel and flavor. Without a doubt, New York is one of the best restaurant towns, not just in the country, but in the world. And there isn't any one type of cuisine that dominates here. Somewhere in New York, you can get a great example of any kind of food around the globe.
You know, New York City has one of the largest mass transit systems in the world. It is absolutely the easiest, fastest, and least expensive way to get around town. This is a Metro Pass, and for less than $5 a day, you can take as many trains or buses as you need.
I'm starting out my New York day in Soho, the downtown area south of Houston Street.
This is Mercer and Spring Street, and this is right in the heart of Soho. This is my absolute favorite place in the city. Just there's so many cool import-export stores and great street vendors. It's the absolute best way to spend a couple hours.
But what I'm in the market for is a birthday gift for my little nephew Nicholas. I bet this place will fit the bill.
How cool is that? Hi, Mom.
And I get some great help from the store's owner.
These to go in the room? Oh, that's great. Okay, I'll take a monkey. This is great. So we got the ducky, we got the blocks, and we got the Curious George. That's a birthday extravaganza.
Yeah, you can't really go wrong with that.
I'm figuring she knows the best places to eat around here, too.
I really trust your taste, so I'm going to go with you on this, too. I'm starting to get really hungry.
I hear you. It's about
Breakfast?
time. Breakfast, I would, still serving is probably the NoHo Star. It's up on Lafayette, and there's some really cool shops right around that area, too. So
NoHo Star.
NoHo Star.
Found in the area north of Houston Street, the NoHo Star Cafe is a very popular breakfast spot, especially with the local college crowd. And you know, where you find college students, you're bound to find student prices. And what a great bonus. You get your own morning paper.
That's a great seat. Thank you. Can I get you something to drink to sit out with? Absolutely. Nice hot cup of coffee. Got it. Thanks.
What a way to start the day. Chef Bill Rogers' newspaper-themed menu reflects the city, combining the familiar and the new. There's a traditional New York item like bagel and smoked salmon, and then there's French toast made from brioche. Here's something unusual, a breakfast bruschetta.
Awesome. That sounds really cool. I think I'm going to try that. Sounds great. Thank you.
To make my breakfast bruschetta, Chef Bill Rogers toasts 2 slices of Tuscan bread, then prepares soft scrambled eggs with fresh herbs. Next, a quick lather of fresh goat cheese on the toast. And now it's time to plate the eggs. And if that doesn't look beautiful enough, he then adds sun-dried tomatoes, crisscrosses the eggs with pesto sauce, and adds a little basil. Can't wait to try that.
That looks great. Thank you so much. Wow. Look at the color on that. It's a work of art. Can't wait to taste it.
combination for breakfast. That's so original. They have like Tuscan toast, and it's got a layer of tangy goat cheese, then the egg, then you've got sun-dried tomato and basil. The layers of flavor are incredible. And it's incredibly affordable. With tax and tip, it comes to just under $10.50, including my coffee. And I have a breakfast that's as unique as the neighborhood. That's a great tip right there. If you find a neighborhood that suits your personality, chances are the food is going to follow suit.
In California.
Next, I meet a chef who really knows how to spice up a recipe. See, now if they made women's perfume that smelled like that, I'd buy it. But will having lunch at one of New York's trendiest restaurants be too spicy for my budget? Stay tuned. Use mass transit. You'll see the full diversity of the various neighborhoods, and you'll find affordable places to eat, too. Walking up from New York's NoHo district brings me to the heart of Greenwich Village, Washington Square Park. While I'm here, I check out the action among the park's competitive chess players. Now, what's wrong with this picture? There's one of you and two sides. What's going on
It's
there?
a lonely place today. How you doing?
I'm doing okay. White's the champion speed chess player of Washington Park. But fortified with that hearty breakfast, I'm feeling like I can take him. Maybe. Now I'm supposed to do that, right?
That's the start.
All right. I think my brain hurt already this thing. Oh, how exciting. King side.
I think I'm being hustled here.
Woo! Rock on.
I don't know what you're doing.
Here comes my queen. Boom.
Oh,
So it's over, right?
good play.
Thank you, Dwight.
Okay.
I have a feeling that chivalry isn't dead. Flushed with victory, I head to another of the city squares to check out some of the freshest fruit and veggies in New York. This is the Union Square Green Market. Now, some of the hippest, the coolest, the freshest restaurants in town are all within walking distance of this market. Why? Because this is the way chefs like it. Fresh, plenty of it, and they do their own shopping. These fruits and vegetables are grown in the New York area, and the prices and tastes are better than anything in a supermarket. Super sweet. Whoa, it's like a buffet. Kirby's with sea salt. Tastes like summer. Not to be outdone by the zucchini. Man, you know, it's heartbreaking. The more open markets I go to in all of these cities, I don't have a kitchen. I need a kitchen. I may not have a portable kitchen, but I do have a guide that really cooks. The New York Times. I was just reading an article about a restaurant I've always wanted to try, but I've always perceived it as being a little high-end, you know? I read this article that told me they have this new deal at lunch. They have 15 items under $10. Does that sound like me or what? Guess where I'm headed next. Just a couple of blocks away from the Green Market is Tabla, a very hip and very beautiful restaurant. It features food with an Indian accent, like salads and chutneys with a lot of spice, and many of their vegetables come from the Green Market. Tabla also has a more casual area on the first floor called the Bread Bar. The lower level has lower prices, but a lot of the same fresh ingredients. Chef Lloyd Cardoz is making a vegetable Frankie, his version of an Indian street snack.
I grew up eating it in Bombay, but I never had a vegetable Frankie. It used to be normally goat. But I think, you know, with these lovely vegetables and the Green Market, why not?
You're so close to the Green Market.
Exactly. If it's out of the ground yesterday, you can't really beat it.
After sautéing his selection of fresh vegetables, he places them in the oven to roast, then gets to work on the rich mix of spices.
You know, all spices in Indian cuisine have a reason for being there. You know, we just don't use spices to make the food spicy. You know, if you use turmeric, like you can use turmeric today, it's an antioxidant.
That's fabulous.
If you use ginger, it's a cooling spice. The garlic, every single thing in
Has
Indian
meaning.
cuisine has a reason for being there. So once we have the cumin nice and hot in there, and we roast the onions.
See, now if they made women's perfume that smelled like that, I'd buy it.
We're gonna roast that really nice and slow.
Smells so great.
And once it's almost done, then you're gonna add the garlic in there
Oh, I'm in such heaven.
and ginger.
After adding chili peppers, Chef Floyd adds the roasted yellow squash and zucchini, then beans and peas. A little more seasoning to taste, and he can roll the Frankie.
You're gonna take the roti, you're gonna put it in the pan so it warms up a little bit.
Once heated, he adds a thin layer of egg and cilantro to both sides of the flatbread. While still warm, Chef Floyd adds a generous portion of the veggie and spice mixture. It's gorgeous.
And then we put a little bit of chutney on top like that.
I love that.
And then if you're me, yeah, a little more chili peppers in there. Okay, that gives it a little sweet, sour, tangy flavor.
Yummy.
Okay. And then we kind of roll it up.
That looks gorgeous.
And
A little extra chutney. Thank you.
which always goes well. And a little bit of organic mesclun.
Is it done?
And there you are.
How happy am I? This looks so fantastic. And you know, this is a tip I use often. If you want to check out some of the hot spots like Tabla, opt for lunch rather than dinner. You can check out the hot spot and remain within your budget. How good does this look? Lloyd said definitely put a little extra of the chutney on there. Wow, there are so many layers to that. That is deep. And you know, this Frankie is a perfect example of what makes Tabla's food so great. It has all the elements. It has the bread, the authentic Indian spice, and the bounty of the green market. Tons of fresh veggies in there. Fantastic. And at $9, the price is equally fantastic. With tax and tip, my lunch total comes to just $11.09. Add that to my breakfast, and I still have almost half my budget left. Yum. You know, Chef Floyd Cardoz's menu is a perfect example of what is so great about New York dining. It's ethnicity, it's diversity, and in this case, it's affordability. This was only $9. Can you believe that? Next, I go to Brooklyn for what's reported to be the purest ice cream in New York. I'm here for the world's most perfect vanilla. Do you happen to have some?
Yes, we have everything for you.
But is this snack going to melt my budget? Thank you. That was great. Stick around.